A huge moon rose over the city of Venice, transforming the canals to wide ribbons of silver. The velvety evenings had grown chilly and damp with the rising of the Acqua Alta, the relentless winter tides off the Adriatic Sea. Venice, the most beautiful of cities, was now more of an icy morass. Patrice Chevalier did not mind the cold. He strode along through the narrow alleyways and over the damp-slicked little stone bridges. No, he did not mind it one bit. The months since his return from London had brought about remarkable changes in his appearance. His new power had wrought his body, melting away the rotund flabbiness that had plagued him all his life, until only chunky muscle remained. Gone also was the bristle-broom mustache. The new Patrice was lean and chiseled, and wore his bespoke fur-lined cloak with an air of svelte confidence. To the unacquainted, he was a picture of modern wealth and manliness. Men tipped their hats to him when he walked by, and women smiled at him from behind their open, fluttering fans. In short, Patrice Chevalier had become the man he had always wanted to be, and he was savoring every moment of it. His walk through the dark brought him to an old wooden door just on the other side of the small footbridge. It was an unremarkable, unfashionable address, hidden away in one of the oldest, most run-down parts of the city. He studied the door for a few moments. This was the right place. He was sure of it. Carefully, he rested his hand on the cool stone beside the door. The surface had been worn down to a fine patina from the many hands that had sought, and been denied, entry to this place. Generations of warlocks had solicited admission only to be desisted and turned away. The hex that had been placed on the door also fought Patrice, for it did not recognize his imprint. But he focused a fraction of his newfound power on it, and the stone soon gave. In the wall above his fingers, a faint symbol of a triangle with an apex eye had been carved into the stone. It started glowing bright blue as he easily unwound the protective spell which had been designed to keep outsiders away. He simply willed it so, and slowly the door rumbled as it opened. He wasted no time in climbing the high, narrow stairs that greeted him, and was secretly proud of the fact that he was hardly out of breath by the time he reached the top. On the landing, he was met with the sound of muted voices. He smiled. He flicked his cloak over his shoulders, straightened the lapels of his jacket, and stepped up to the barrier of power that covered the doorway. He had found the meeting of the Council of Warlocks. It was time to make an entrance.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm sorry I'm late. My invitation must have gone missing in the post,
Patrice said with a small smile as he strode inside. Quite casually, he removed his cloak and top hat. No one offered to take his things, so, unperturbed by the slight, he set them down on a small table by the door.
Who goes there?
Grandmaster Conrad de Montague half rose from his seat. He sat at the head of an ancient table which stood in the middle of the room, framed by large, gracefully curving windows. Also in attendance were 11 other warlocks, the most powerful in the known world. Patrice noted that the 13th seat was still empty. Until recently, it had belonged to Hugh Marsh, his former associate.
I am Lord Abercrombie,
Patrice said, relishing his newly purchased peerage.
But my friends call me Patrice Chevalier.
Mr. Chevalier, de Montague said as he fought to regain his composure. What an unexpected surprise. I see that the last year has treated you well. In more ways than one.
Grand Master.
Patrice inclined his head politely, ignoring de Montague's refusal to acknowledge his new title.
I have indeed found my circumstances to be much improved in recent months.
While it is always a pleasure to see you, I regret to inform you that this is a private meeting, de Montague said pointedly.